Look at here. I have a special guest for my 2 cents today. It's you. It's my hubby, Ryan. So he's my special guest. Know why? Because he's cheap. And I just say, hey, Ryan, can you do this with me today? And he has to say yes. And he does it free. Yeah. So how could you go wrong with that, right? Anyway.
Free is me.
Yep, free is him. So anyway, we're going to talk about, we will be married, shocker, Ryan, just so FYI, we will be married 31 years tomorrow.
That's what I thought.
Yay, he got it right. Saying. He got it right. And people are always like, you work together 24/7 and you're married 31 years. How the heck do you do it?
Well, we haven't been working together for 31 years.
No, thank God. We've only been working together about 11. But, and we haven't killed each other yet. So it's kind of a miracle. But my 2 cents for anyone that's like, if you're looking for your life partner or you already have one, is don't find somebody that's similar to yourself. It will never work. Okay. Find somebody that's completely opposite of you, because then you'll be like a great balance for each other. So I'm a spender. He's not. That's just one way that is a good. If you have two spenders, it's bad. Or if you have two cheapos, it's bad. So, but also,
I don't think so, actually.
You'd rather have two cheap
and
not a spender?
You'd much rather have two people that like to not spend money and save money
than two people that are always
spending.
Yeah. And also, like, along that too, I am blessed that he is not like a foodie, because before I lost my 76 pounds, I was truly a foodie. And if I was married to a foodie also, I probably wouldn't even be able to fit in the door.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, he's not a foodie, trust me. Very rarely is he a foodie. So he eats for survival, which is kind of what I do now, but trust me, it was not what I used to do. But anyway, the bigger subject for us is how we respond to things are totally different, but it actually helps me, I think, more than it helps Ryan. So I call Ryan my North Star for a couple of reasons. So if I am like crazy upset or mad about something, I'll run it. Or somebody, usually it's somebody, to be honest. I'll run it by him to see if I should be mad or not. And if he's also thinks it's ridiculous or I should be mad, then I know that it's not just me being emotional, that person does deserve my madness, okay? My madness, okay. So, but if he says, well, did you ever think of it like this? Is that a story you're saying in your head? And then I'm like, no, it's not a story I'm saying in my head. They did this, this, and this, and this is why. And then he lets me ruminate for a while, and then maybe like 24 hours later, I might come back and say, you know what? You were probably right about that situation. Okay, but here's where we really differ. So Ryan's really not allowed to ever get down.
Get down?
Like in a bad mood.
Oh,
like
emotionally.
Emotionally. Not get down on the floor for a plank. He literally, I still have to do a plank today.
Anyway. You mentioned plank.
Yeah, but really his role in our family is he has to be the calm, cool, collected one. And how is that for you sometimes? For real?
Oh, it's fantastic. No, it's actually not a lot of fun at times.
Yeah.
Because it's actually, I think it'd be much easier to be like highly emotional, than you get like all this energy out it's just my personality. I'm very even keel most of the time. It takes a lot to trigger me. It's happened a few times.
Yeah.
And you'll know.
Oh yeah.
You'll know. But it takes a lot.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot. And
it was funny when our son was younger, if something made Ryan yell, which was very, very, very rare, our son listened totally differently than any other time, because it didn't happen very often.
Yeah. I find the way I keep my peace is to be very level.
Yeah. But with that being said, so I am not level. I'm either, I'm definitely not level. I'm A-type personality.
Sadness or euphoria.
Yes, that's the Billy Joel song. Yeah. That when I heard that song, actually, I felt like it described my life. So Ryan and I are going actually through a season of massive change in our life. And I just want anyone to know, like, who might be younger or older than we are. I thought in my 50s. Most
people are younger.
Yeah, a lot of people are younger these days.
I said most.
Yeah, don't say most, but a lot.
The majority.
But anyway, for us, like, I thought in my mid-50s everything would be perfect. It would be rainbows and snowflakes or whatever.
Forget about the unicorns.
The unicorns and all that stuff, and everything just would be super easy. And But we're about to make some really big changes in our life. One is we are actually under contract with our house. So the house we loved, we like poured our heart and soul in it. We're actually under contract to sell it, and we're going to downsize because it's just us and we don't need a house this size anymore. And even though it's our decision, it's still, for me, it's like a grief. And some days I'm totally fine, and other days I'm like off the rails. And that's when I need this one, because I've been waking up a lot at like 3:30 in the morning with all these crazy things. And he goes, well, what are you going to be able to solve at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can solve laying in your bed at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So most of the time we're both pretty positive, but if one of us is going to be negative, it's usually me. So,
I'm not allowed.
he's not allowed,
It's
literally.
it's actually in our marital contract right now.
Yeah. So there was a time not that long ago, I feel like it was on the 28th. I don't know why I remember the exact date. Just on June 28th, just last week.
You remember the date?
Yeah, I kind of do, because I was looking for something on that day and I remember this. So anyway, there was something a little disappointing that happened that day, and Ryan was actually a little bummed. Okay. And I looked at him and I'm like, we can't both be bummed on the same day. So I told him he had to get over it, because I was already bummed. So we can't both be bummed on the same day. And his role is not to be bummed.
We have to put on the calendar now. Bummed, not like, so I have to schedule the days that I'm going to feel a little bit down.
Yeah, because his role is really to be like, almost like the hype man sometimes, He's drink the Kool-Aid, he is the hype man. And both my son and I like look to him to be sometimes we'll even make fun of him. Oh my God, you always have to be so positive. The world is crumbling and you're so positive. I'm not saying the world's crumbling, but who knows? But anyway, so
It's not crumbling.
I just wanted to share, like, people have different roles, like husband and wives, and the way we make it work is people always think I put up with him. Like, people always joke, like,
Do they really?
Yes,
Do they really think that?
Yes, people actually think like I put up with a lot from Ryan, because truth be told, he does have some crazy like OCD tendencies. So there are some, they're not normal, but we've learned to accept them. The one cool thing when we were showing our house, well, it was kind of funny. Our real estate agent got questions about, did they stage the house? Do they live here? Is it always this neat?
We did get people
Is it always
asking, are
this
people
neat and
actually
clean?
living in the house? And then, they can see, like, there's actually living material in the house. Like, if you go through a closet
Or
or
the
something.
refrigerator,
Or
yeah.
the fridge, there's, like, food in there, yeah.
But she shared with us, people were like shocked. They're like, do they clean it ever? And that is one blessing.
I actually think we actually might have made it
too clean.
Yeah.
But that was one blessing I've always had. Anyone could ever stop by and visit us, and we would never have to be embarrassed.
And that was always my goal.
That
was like the thing when we first bought our first house. I'm like, this is it. I've been waiting for this my whole life.
And that's when your OCD, I think,
It
started.
kicked in real bad.
Yeah, I think that's when it really started.
And I always thought, if the president, whoever the president was, decided to knock on our door and show up and say hello, I wanted to make sure our house was spectacularly neat and organized.
Of course, his idea of the president wasn't the president of the United States. It was probably like the president of the Ravens organization, to be honest.
Any sort of president.
Anyway, but how you deal with things, like right now we are really dealing with like a lot, and Ryan just like kind of puts his head down and just keeps going every day, where sometimes I just like crash and burn. I have to like almost like feel like running away, and I just take a ride along the water. But I just wanted to share, as we celebrate 31 years tomorrow, we might not have our proverbial S together. I'm not going to cuss because of YouTube and all that, but we might not have our, what together, but we have our dance together. So, and that's how we've been able to stay married for 31 years, through life changes, through the one thing I say about like leaving this house that I love, and also leaving our next door neighbors who are like our family and my little adopted dog, we're going to still be in this area. We're going to see them just as much. It's just going to be a little bit different. But what I always say is, a house is just things. As long as him and I are still together doing what we love to do, we're each other's home. We really are.
Billy Joel song again.
Oh yeah, you're just Billy Joeling all over my YouTube. But that is
musical facts.
Honestly, that is our favorite singer together. So, but I just wanted to share, like, whatever you're going.
ABBA.
Okay, no more of this. We're done with the musical stuff. ABBA is not one of our favorite groups together, by the way. It's not. Never even heard that come up in our house ever. Okay, but what I want to say is whatever you're going through in your life, the thing I say the most is, I say this all the time. Sometimes I say it 100 times a day. This too shall pass. And a year from now, whatever it is, hopefully you're looking back and the season that you're in, it grew you in ways that you never could have imagined. Everything you go through is a life lesson, whether it's one you wanted or not. Sometimes it's one you need. And that's my 2 cents for today. And of course, I just wanted to share a little bit about our dynamic. My grateful for Ryan every time he's willing to do these series with me, because literally I look at him and I said, okay, you're going to go with me on my series in 5 minutes. And what he says is like, okay. He's an okay guy. He's just like, yep, let's do it. So I sometimes have some bizarre ideas, and usually he's like, okay. And so every once in a while he's like, I don't think that's a good idea. But going live and talking about, like, just sharing a little bit of us, he's always willing to be a willing
And I think
partner.
every couple has their dance. Okay, ours is more break dancing. Yours might be more classical. But everyone has their dance, and you actually kind of learn each other's moves.
Yeah.
I know Leslie's moods and moves.
Yeah, and I don't have a poker face at all.
But it's just something you learn over the course of your life. And we're very different. But I think for all couples, as different as it might be, they always hold the same values. And that's always the most important thing when it comes to a relationship.
I'm so glad you said that, hon, because that's always been our backbone. Like, at the end of the day, we definitely are so different in so many ways, but the values and how, like, we've raised our son and how we interact with not just each other, but let me tell a real quick story.
I meant to say 10 minutes ago, but I couldn't get a word in.
Part of our dance, right?
So I had to throw it in there.
So Ryan's also, like, he used to work at a radio station for way too many years. I can't remember anymore how many.
21 and a half.
But one thing I love about, like, I always, and I probably don't say it enough, I love how he interacts with people in the world. So anywhere we go, he's always smiling at people. Even if they never say hello back, he'll still say hi to them. He smiles.
I wave to people and they never wave back.
Yeah.
So if you see me waving,
wave back to them. But anyway, like at the grocery store, people in Florida never put their carts away. They'll be in their yoga pants coming from yoga, and they're too lazy to put their grocery cart back in the stall thing. So he'll go through the parking lot, put all the stuff. But also, like, no matter who somebody is, whether they're like, you know, the top of their game or just somebody just doing a good job, Ryan interacts with people. He doesn't care what their status is. He doesn't care what their bank account is. He doesn't care if they're the CEO or just somebody, just a regular normal person. He's going to interact, and he always did that, like, forever. So that's something I really admire in him, and I don't always tell him. So on our day before our 31st anniversary, nice. I do want you to know I do notice. So nice. So anyway, we hope you guys have a good day. Last thing.
One more thing, of course. One more thing.
What did I do to you yesterday when I said, hey, Ryan, I entered us into a contest?
Oh, geez. I said, why? And what's it about?
So I saw this like crazy ad on Facebook or TikTok or one of the things, and usually I try to stay away from clicking, but it said it was a contest to win the cutest couple. And I'm like, I'm gonna sign us up. So I signed us up for this a week ago, okay? And I didn't know it's one of those ones where you have to ask your friends and, you know, people you know to vote for you. So I was like, oh my God, now I have to tell Ryan. So yesterday I said to Ryan, well, I have to put this out there on a walk because the voting.
Safety in numbers for Leslie because there's people around.
Yeah, the voting's gonna start, and this is what I did. And he's like, what? Why? I'm like, I said, well, you can win money, but that's not why I did it. I just thought it would be fun. So I will put the link in my bio too. If any of you want to give us a vote, it's free. If you don't, that's okay too, because I didn't know it was going to be a voting.
I will not be begging for votes.
Yeah, I'm going to beg just one time tomorrow, and then that's it. And wherever we are, we don't care. But it was just fun because. 31 years is something to be proud of. So anyway, you guys, that's my 2 cents for this week. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Now it's time for coffee.
Bye.